Hey, welcome back, and in this video we're going to break down the CMS structure for this template. This template currently has 3 CMS structures that you need to pay attention to, and it's the courses, lessons, and modules. Just starting off with the course CMS structure over here. Okay. With the course CMS structure, the first part is pretty straightforward. It's the name of the course as well as the level. So whether this course is beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And then the duration of the course, it's just a good way to tell people how long it may take to complete this. And then a short description that is visible on the course card in the course library or the Learn page that I mentioned earlier. And then you have the cover image for this course over here, and you can swap that out with your own cover images. And then you have the multi-reference field to the modules. So what modules fall under this course, you can just list them all over here, and we'll touch on the modules collection shortly. And then you have your instructors. So who was responsible for developing this course? This section over here, you can always delete and leave out if there aren't any instructors or if you don't want to use it. So you just go to your CMS collection settings and remove this. And then you'll also have to delete the instructors CMS collection. Okay, and then now the two most important fields that you would need to have inside of your courses collection in order to make this template work is the course identifier and then your lessons. Starting off with the course identifier, it should always be structured in a way in the way it looks like right now. So with a capital letter and then the number of the course. In this case, the course is course 1. But if I go over here and scroll all the way down, you'll be able to see that this one is course 4. But yes, we structure this like this so that it can add a particular course to a user. So inside of Memberstack, this is how it would typically look. So when a user has enrolled in a course, and I'm currently enrolled in course 1, it would fall under a course array and then the course 1 identifier. And this identifier also ties back to a script that I will touch on shortly. Okay, but in short, when you are giving a course identifier, make sure it's a capital letter C and then the number of the course. Okay, and now for the lessons field. So the lessons field that we have over here ties back to a specific button on the site. And ideally, just select the first lesson of the course. And this is just to direct a user to the lessons page. What I mean by that is when a user has enrolled in a course, so all their enrolled courses will show up on the enrolled courses page. And then when a user is enrolled into a course, they'll have one of these cards. These cards is a collection tying back to the course. Yeah, the first collection is a course collection tying back to the course, but then the button itself over, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the button itself over here ties back to the lesson, and it references that lesson field over here, the one we just set over here. So this lesson field ties back to this button, and it's set up this way to direct a user to the lessons template page. Without this reference over here, a user will not be able to start the course, a user will not be able to go to the lessons page. So these two collections are needed in order to make this template work and in order to direct a user to the lessons page. For this field, for the lessons field, it's not mandatory to select more than one lesson because, again, it's just to tie back to the lessons template. So just select the first one and the user will be directed there all the time. Okay, and then you have your module collection over here. So your modules collection is pretty straightforward. Just reference the course that this module falls under, as well as the lessons under this module. So this template is not limited to only 10 or to only 5 lessons. You can have over 10, and I'll show you how that looks like in the next couple of videos as well. And then we have your lessons collection. Okay, so your lessons collection is where you'll have the learning material. You'll start off with a video that you can host on either Vimeo or YouTube, and you can put the video link over here, as well as a description or more learning content for that lesson. You also need to tie back to the course over here, and then tie back to the module that this this lesson falls under. And then the most important field that you need to have in order to make this template work is the lesson identifier. This should be the course and then the module and then the lesson in this structure. And this gives it a 3-level structure, and it would look like this inside of Memberstack. So when a user has marked a lesson off as completed, it will take the lesson identifier first, and then the module that it falls under, as well as the lessons that it that have been marked completed. So this is the 3-level structure that the script on your lessons page will reference or will add to a user, sorry. Okay, nothing to do here, just make sure it's structured this way. So course 1, module 1, lesson 1, all the time. In other lessons, they're also structured differently, but I mean sort of the same, but obviously the numbers change. So it's course 2, module 2, lesson 1, lesson 2, and so forth. So course 1, module 2, lesson 5. It's just when you're changing out this, just be very careful in terms of what lesson number you're putting, what module number you're putting, what course number you're putting. So you have to be very mindful at this section. And if I'm not mistaken, that's about it. Then you have your instructors collection. Again, if you do not have instructors, you can delete this. It's not tied to anything necessary to make the functionalities on this template work. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Instructor name, profile, image, bio summary, sort of like a team collection. And that's it for the CMS structure. In the next videos, I'll talk more about the dashboard pages and the functionalities around that. See you in the next one. Bye.